Hello people, so I'm just going to let things settle for a bit, load up chat and that, and then we'll get going. It's going to be quite a short stream today, so I'm not going to bother with any sort of music or introductory stuff. But hello, anyone who is... Oh. Hello to anyone who is watching the stream, either live or on VOD. That's in, like a, sort of, as a replay, I guess, on YouTube or BitChute. I'm slowly but surely catching up with the kind of BitChute stuff. I do have most of the videos downloaded. I just need to upload them. It takes time because BitChute's uploader kind of sucks. So, but yeah, welcome to the stream. We're playing some TOCA Touring Car Championship. Be quite fun for the PlayStation 1. So this is the TOCA or TOCA. Series of games is a thing, but this is the original one released in 1997, based on either 1997 or 1996 British Touring Car Championship, and it's alright. There are obviously subsequent TOCA games. There was the TOCA Race Driver series, which had much more of a broad focus than just touring car. I think there might have been another TOCA, I'm not sure what to call it really, but touring car game. I'm not sure if there was, but I know some of the later games kind of focus more on wider thing, like the Race Driver. I got Race Driver 3. It's Race Driver 3 or 2 Challenge on the PSP. And actually, I think next year there is going to be a new game coming out based on the current BTCC series called, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's going to be based on as like basically be a direct sequel to this first TOCA game. So it's going to be based pretty much exclusively on the BTCC by a company called, I can't remember what they were called. But they do like some other games. I think they're doing their NASCAR Heat games. I'm not sure if they're well regarded or not, but yeah. So I got obviously an emulator loaded up here. But before we get on with it, we have the prequel meme of the day. Now I have to kind of scour through obviously Reddit. There's also a prequel meme community on Aether. If you want to look there, but otherwise, this is the best one I could find from today. Because it's something I haven't seen before. I haven't seen Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi in the middle of the sea, looking for sea otters. So there's your prequel meme of the day. So let's move on. Technical difficulties, no. We haven't got technical difficulties right now. We've got my phone. Yeah, it's because I just connected to the Wi-Fi, so it's going like... I should never do that. I'm never doing that again. It's screaming because there's a bunch of notifications. So hopefully this should just work. You know what I have done, though? Can I... There we go. Oh. Hello. What has that done? There we go. I'm not sure what the hell that was. Have we still got capture? Yeah, it's just capturing this. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Very loud. Also, volume is At some point it muted my mic. I'm not sure when it did that. But anyway, welcome to the stream. Prequel meme is a thing. We're going to play some TOCA Touring Car Championship, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure when it muted my mic, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't earlier. Right. One thing I need to do is set... I'm not sure you can see this, doesn't really matter. 260 by 9. Just because the game does actually run in 60 by 9 sort of natively. Let me just set this to this so you can actually hear the thing, and obviously let's reset the game and change audio levels. Be very loud. Might pick up on my side as well, so. Okay, just reset it again to make sure that I should have done this before the stream, never mind. Okay, it's a little loud, but I hope that should be alright. So you can see it. Let me just pop into full screen and then tab out. Make sure it selects the right one here. There's 2. There we go. Let's go. TOCA Touring Car Championship by Codemasters. I'll let the intro play out if there is one. Pretty sure there is, actually. Beautiful. Let's go. Cody's, if you prefer. There is. I think we're dropping frames. Yeah, we're dropping frames, it's fine. I think we may have dropped some frames. Right, let me just make sure this is alright. Third. I think FPS is okay. It's just, it really did not like that that cutscene. Too much pixelation in the cutscene, I think. So it's just, it really did not like that. Right. So a bit of technical issues. Maybe we did have technical issues, right? You can see I'm switching to analog mode. I can switch to digital mode. The game controls a bit weird in either mode. But as you can see, there is a widescreen option. So we can set that there. You can also position the screen a bit. So there's a bit more resolution, just a little tinge more. In terms of controller setup, I think it will detect that we have a DualShock. Now, sensitivity high is way too high, low is way too low, and medium is also way too high. There is no middle ground between medium and low, unfortunately. Analog acceleration and braking doesn't really matter, so we can just set our controls here. Rear camera, just set it to back, it's fine. That'll do his horn. So, just check audio levels. Yeah, they're good. I'm not sure if there's commentary in this, but otherwise, I think we can switch between analog and digital anytime. Digital is less sensitive, but to be honest, it's actually kind of more playable. Digital, by the way, is D-pad. Analog, obviously, is using the analog joysticks. You got to remember that there was a physical button to switch between the different modes on the original DualShock and dual analog controllers. Because many games, well, basically games before the analog controller came out, didn't support the D-pad, the DualShock at all, and actually wouldn't work if you had the Switch if you had analog on, it just wouldn't control at all. So we can start a race, and we can do, I think we'll do championship, because why not? We can start up a new game here. Now, there is a lot of cheats in this game. I think we'll do the full championship. We won't be exploring all those cheats yet. I do want to play the game properly first, so let's just enter our name in. This is how you enter the cheats in, by the way. You enter the cheats in here. But yeah. So we can choose between, obviously, manual and analog. Manual and auto, gearbox. Since I live on auto, I can't be able to change gears or anything. So we've got a few vehicles. We've got the Honda Accord, the Audi A4, the Vauxhall Vetra, the Volvo S40, the Ford Mondeo, the Nissan Primera, Peugeot 406, and the Renault Laguna. So I think we're going to go for the Audi A4. Four-wheel drive vehicles. Yeah, go for the Audi A4. Why not? It's just loading, I guess. So, Donington Park. Race distance 45 miles, 18 laps. Might have to get one race in, but let's go.
Welcome to the 1997 TOCA Touring Car Championship. The Audi team may be the one to watch this season with their new driver looking to impress. And so to Donington Park for the opening rounds of the season, this being the first of 2 visits here this year. The first qualifying session is about
yeah,
to begin,
the rumble is just constant. Like, you can't turn it off. It seems to be mayhem. Right, let's go. Qualifying time. So it's incredibly twitchy, as you can see. So I'm actually going to turn it to digital here. Yeah, the controls are a bit twitchy in this game. The soundtrack is like a 5-track soundtrack. There's not a massive soundtrack in this game. Basically just kind of generic-y, kind of trancey music. Kind of like what you get in like Wipeout, but not as varied or good. Yeah, it's not going to be a fast lap. I'm not too good at this game, but hey, it'll do. As long as we can beat our way through the pack, it doesn't really matter. Whoa! We'll ignore the fact that we keep going off-road. Right, I think we've got 3 laps to qualify. Take the chicane without spinning. The hardest thing to do. I'll get back on the bloody track now. Okay. Because like you tap it and then you just go into like spin mode. You've got to like tap it around the corner. It's a bit funky. Like I said, I'm going digital. That corner's also not exactly a great one to make. At least we've got 3 attempts at least to qualify here. I might give this one analog maybe. See if it's better, but it is super twitchy. Unlike low sensitivity, it's not. Like, literally, like, oh. You've got to, like, oof. I think it's just this controller. I think this controller is incredibly sensitive compared to the original one. Might be worth playing maybe with the GameCube controller or something like that. Something with less sensitivity. I'm going to try and make it as tight as possible, but man, it's difficult. Okay. That was actually 2. Can't be telling me I was 2 seconds slower, Jesus. I don't know. Yeah, just cut the corner a little bit. If you cut the corner, there is like proper corner cutting in this game, so if you like cut the corner majorly, the game will penalise you for it. I'm pretty well, at least in the races. I haven't tried in qualifying. But I know at least in the races, the game will penalise you for cutting the corner. Cutting the course. At least a lot anyway. We'll try not to go off too much here, but hey. Just kind of shite at this game. I think we're going to have to go back to digital control because it's just so twitchy. I don't know if you can tell. Whoa, but you get a wrong bounce on a curve or something. You can just view. There's a wide view. There's even a terrible inside view where you can see how twitchy it is. Like we can kind of drift it around, but yeah, otherwise it's really shit. And then you can see me using digital. It's so much looser. There is a low sensitivity mode, like I said, but it's not sensitive enough. Oh, really, to go around some of these corners. You have to slow, ridiculously slow, basically. Whoa. Shit. Span there. That wasn't a bad lap until I span. Could have been slightly faster, but never mind. Is there another car? I'm catching up on another car. Just trying to overtake him. No, never mind, I'm not overtaking him. I'm just gonna drive like an idiot around him, I guess. Overtake him here. I'm gonna say playing with the analog stick is faster because of how twitchy it is, but I don't like it. It's too much. Or not. I don't want to imagine what high sensitivity is like. I assume you're meant to kind of finesse the stick a bit. I just find it so difficult to do on this controller, especially just because it's got a very small range. I'm gonna keep blaming the controller, but and not the game, because I'm being really kind to the game because I like it. And also it's Cody's, and if you criticise a Cody's game, you're a demon. So Cody's can do no wrong, and you know that. Yeah, there's another U-turn. It's a bit of a weird course, this, but it's a thing. Maybe, I think that's the optimal way to set the corner, right? Yeah. 2 minutes. Seems to be our best time. We're going to put us last in it. Let's have a look. Menu. I don't know what we are. What are we in? The Audi? Are we Bintcliffe? Nope. No, we're 14th. 20 points. I don't know how the scoring system works. Back in 1998. Accelerate. The biggest thing is trying not to get in a lap 1 collision. Like you can collide in this game. You know, touring car is a contact sport, but you don't want to collide too much. Oh, you bastard! He spun me, and he's spinning me more. I believe we are now last. I think there were more cars in the championship than 16. I think it's just this game doesn't have all of them. Well, to be fair, I don't think there was as many. Yeah, it's so twitchy. Like, you get on the grass and you're fucked. You spin. We'll try and catch up here, but I doubt we're going to be able to get anywhere that isn't 16th. But I think there was less independence in the championship at this point. I'm not too clued up on how the Touring Car Championship was back at the time. I know it was pretty much like the 90s were pretty much the golden era for this kind of... well, for the championship, so... for the BTCC. But I still watch it. I watch it now. It's alright, it's fine. It's pretty competitive, so it's pretty enjoyable to watch, but let's cut the corner a little bit there. But the game doesn't really care if you cut it a little bit. So we can definitely get a couple of places up here. Wow, okay, that just about worked. I don't know if that was quicker at all, but we made it work. Might actually get some points here. I think it's top 15 get points. That's a bit generous. Might be, though. Pretty sure that's how it works in the actual championship, but yeah, no, before this it was the British, before like 1991 or whatever, it was like the British Saloon Car Championship. And even now it's a mix of like saloon and hot hatchbacks and stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Knew that was going to happen. I wish there was some sort of commentary, but I guess they hadn't worked that one out yet. You know, it took forever for commentary to come to the F1 games. Not the the Cody's ones, I think. I think there is commentary, right? I'm not sure. I haven't just tried. There might not even be commentary. I know there's like Crofty and Martin and that, they do introduce the race, but I'm not sure if there's commentary during the race. Like there is in like F1 97 and 98 and that. Took the corner too hot. Oh, I don't think there is a pit stop, I'm not sure. I might get asked to come into the pits, but I've got no idea. I think there was, at this time in the championship, a mandatory pit stop, though. I think the races were longer. Because there was 2 events instead of 3, effectively. There was like a kind of sprint race, and then a feature race. Now there's kind of 3 races. I'm not going to explain the entirety of the BTCC to you. I'm sure you can work it out. Oh, God. Bumping is a bit... Like, obviously you can wreck people in this game. It's fine. That's kind of part of touring car a bit. Like, touring car isn't as aggressive as, like... Well, World Touring Car is definitely not as aggressive as, like, NASCAR or anything. World Touring Car is a lot more like GT racing, but just with saloon and hot hatchbacks. I think they use different regulations to BTCC. I think the BTCC have their own regulations, mainly for like cost cutting and things like that. That's why you see there's a lot of independence in the championship, because of how it's actually fairly cheap to get driving, really. That's why there's, I think it's like 33 cars on the grid, which is quite a lot really for sort of something that isn't multi-class or like... Oh! That wasn't a good one. Something that isn't multi-class or like an American sport. They always seem to have large field sizes, like NASCAR obviously, it's quite kind of an outlier, but yeah. But I just got to get used to the handling of a game, especially in an older game like this, where things are a bit janky. I mean, a World Touring Car, to be honest, looks kind of a lot more tamer than the British one does. It's a World Touring Car. See, I think, like I said, they use different regulations, but British Touring Car isn't as like brutal as stock car racing. Like, people don't bash each other out of the road as much, but there is a bit of bashing and clashing going on, stuff like that. But I think it's too expensive to kind of do like a touring car, because of the fact that the cars themselves are effectively just kind of souped up hatchbacks, effectively, like just souped up like Vauxhalls and things like that. In fact, there's barely any actual manufacturers. It's just mostly independent teams now. I think there's 3 like full-on manufacturers left in BTCC. So they're kind of running out. Although that does seem to be a kind of worldwide thing in terms of motorsports, or at least European motorsports, where a lot of manufacturers are kind of pulling out. They just don't see the point of motorsport really anymore. Like in rally, there's a lot less manufacturers. Like the WRC, there's a lot less manufacturers in the BTCC. There's less manufacturers, obviously, in Formula One. I mean, in terms of actual just pure manufacturers, there's Mercedes, there's Ferrari and the Renault. That's it. And like Honda do some engines, just about it. Obviously compare this to kind of the mid 2000s where you had Toyota, you had BMW, you had Honda. Everyone had a team. Especially in BTCC. I mean, you compare this to kind of the mid 90s where there was like pretty much every manufacturer ever was in it. It was highly competitive. There were so many teams and stuff. Obviously, I'm talking about something I never was able to watch because I wasn't live, but yes. I don't really have any good braking points for that corner. Like, I'm getting it, I just kind of need to get to grips with the handling model. It's a little funky. Obviously, just kind of controlled like a regular car. That corner is the worst. I need to slow down more for it. I'll try and take it tight as possible without accidentally cutting the corner would help. Ordnance Survey sponsor touring car. Fastest lap, yeah, because I might cut the final corner a bit, quite a bit actually. The game actually looks better on stream because everything's kind of smoothed out a bit. What? I don't need anti-aliasing. I can just watch it compressed on stream. I'm actually surprisingly surprised how well the stream is actually going. Oh god, he's gonna. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Well, 12th isn't great. Oh, I think we're kind of aiming for like 3rd, but hey. We'll give it a go, see if we can climb up the order. And I don't think there is a pit stop. I don't think. Whoa. Yeah, the car, if you try and turn it too much, it will. I'm just seeing here and I'm like, I don't know. Should I just let him past? I should probably just let him past, then catch up back up to him, but one hand. Just changing gear. Obviously, full on manual. I think they still have manual gear shifts. Like fully manual gear shifts. I don't think there's any flappy paddle stuff going on in BTCC. Oh, there's no hybrid or anything like that, I don't think. How many manufacturers are there? There's Toyota. There's, I think, Ford. I probably shouldn't overtake him, just in case I get a penalty or anything, if that's the thing. No idea. Yeah, Toyota, Ford, I think. And some other team. Honda, maybe? Oh! Into the corner too fast. This bit kind of reminds me, and I'm probably going to get eaten alive for saying it, kind of reminds me of that Dallas street circuit from like the 80s. It was literally in like Caesar Palace's back garden or whatever. It was in the car park, wasn't it? They just built a massive, weird, like E-shaped circuit, and it was a piece of shit because like all the drivers got dizzy, and also because of the heat. They actually like people are getting heat stroke and things like that. It's just like, oh my god. I assume Bernie was at the helm at the time, and so he probably would have gone, fuck it, let's go. Get in your fucking cars, mate. You are driving. Well, to be fair, I mean, I don't know if there was too much projection back then. But hey, fuck off. I think it will tell me how far the next guy's ahead. But no, I mean, I don't exactly know what you'd... I assume... I think it was on the BBC. I think there were highlights and stuff on the BBC. think Murray Walker actually did coverage. Or the British Touring Car Championship at the time. I think it was also on Eurosport. Full live coverage. It's the old guy who, like, really actually distinctive voice, but I don't actually know who he is. I just know his voice. But he still does commentary today. He does stuff like Le Mans. I don't know. I like playing these sort of games. Like, it's a mumble. Whoa, I talk forever about rubbish. And motorsports. But while we're here talking about motorsports, while in 12th place in the game, let's talk about... No, why not? Let's talk about... Vauxhall 6 ahead. Vauxhall is, you know, I don't know if you've got it in America, if anyone from America is watching. I think it's like... It's a rebrand of some Australian car, I think. Oh, no, it's spun. I keep spinning. I get like one lap in that's good. Hello, DHL. And then I keep spinning. I know. So, in terms of Formula 1, that's starting next week, isn't it? Next week. Next Friday. Thursday. Which is pretty cool. Get to watch some... Well, we've had some live motorsport, haven't we? We've had NASCAR. Although I haven't really watched much NASCAR. We can't really watch it over here. So, we've had a bit of... other motorsport. We have a Formula E. Some live motorsport. So it has started. But, yeah, the big ones are starting now. So, Formula 1 starting next week. Bahrain, which is going to be... Just cut the chicane, guys. Come on. There we go. So, yeah, Formula 1. Yeah, Bahrain for the first race. It's going to be quite interesting. I don't see why they're bothering with practice, or like 3 practice sessions. I know they're going to be... Ah, shit. I know they're going to be short practice sessions. Oh, that was masterful. That was beautiful, that corner. Showing about the rest of the bloody lap. Sorry. Yeah, so that's a Nissan. Is that Nissan? I think that's Nissan. Can't tell. It's so blurry. I think it is, though. This is obviously working with, like, old, like, 20-year-old logos here now. But, 20... Almost, yeah, it's almost... This game's almost 25 years old, isn't it? Almost. Hello. Goodbye, people. 9th place. Nice. But no, Oh, sure. Saved it. Nice. No one behind me. No one in front of me either, so... But yeah, no. I don't know why they're doing so many practice sessions. I know they're shorter. I think they're like an hour practice sessions instead of... Oh, fuck. That's not blocking anyone. Please don't overtake me. Oh. I made all that ground up and now he's overtake me again. Bitch. But no, so we get the, so we get the middle finger out. You cut it a little bit. Okay. This is where you... Oh, that was masterful. That was beautiful. And this is where you cut them up on the inside. Like an arsehole. Yeah, he's in the wall. I'll look at the manual actually for this game. Unfortunately, I can't really like show it to you. I'll see if I can find it online for next stream if I ever do a stream of this again. Well, it will. I keep having to focus on the game. But yeah, back to Formula 1. So yeah, Formula 1. Yeah, because they did testing sessions. And they did 3 bloody testing sessions. I guess these practice sessions will act as like extra testing sessions for them. Fuck off, mate. Extra testing for them, I guess. I bet like some of the teams, a couple of the teams, I bet Mercedes actually, because Mercedes didn't really get much practice running or testing running in. So they might use this kind of... Oh, turned under braking. Too hard. Ooh, well, he went for one, didn't he? Oops. Yeah, they might use maybe practice session 1 as like a sort of just to complete their testing schedule, just because of how many little laps and mileage they got out of that. Those testing sessions. Yeah, you really want to be going at like 60 miles an hour through that. Otherwise you will go off. I'm just going to try and block this Renault. This Laguna here. Try and do the old switcheroo into the corner here. Give him a bit of a bash. You can't really see the divering. It's on the road. It is scaled, so it shouldn't look too bad. And everything is being played in 2x scale, so... Well, we are halfway through this race. And I'm still in 10th. 30 seconds behind the Nissan. Oh, I assume it's a Nissan. Yeah. I mean, the real question is Mercedes sandbagging, or are they genuinely having a bunch of issues? I assume by the time we'll get to Bahrain, the race weekend, they'll have fixed everything and they'll be back on top again. Like it usually is when they sandbag, but... Oh, it's a Volvo now, okay. Do you think that... Yeah, obviously the question is, do you think that Red Bull... Because Red Bull looked very strong, and obviously because Mercedes were having some issues, slash doing some, like, extreme, you know, massive brain, like, sandbagging, like... You gotta get down to, like, 60. Bit faster, and then sneak around. You can get it in like 60 miles an hour, but obviously I didn't. Obviously, yeah, their sandbagging was rather extreme. If if they were, obviously they might have some issues. And that's fair enough. Team can have issues. Obviously, it seemed doubtful just because of how consistent they have been for the last few years. So, come on, fastest lap, fastest lap. Oh, 0.5 seconds slower. Never mind. I think we are catching up to the Volvo though. If we keep this up, might be able to get back on 9th. Fuck's sake, beat too soon. I guess I might be able to get back on 9th place. Might still be able to. There's 9 laps, 7 laps left. I just wasn't thinking there. My brain has officially disappeared. Come on, Audi. Just tiptoe around the corner so we can actually get back on. Oh, shit. Who dare pass me? Oh, you bastard. I'm in 10th. I can't be the 9th place car. That's not how maths works. Just turning them in a bit. I know I can't do racing lines. Oh, where's he go? But yeah, no. I think we just cut the corner. Usually do. Slightly quick. Might be slightly quicker. I'm not sure. Yeah. Obviously, Mercedes are in a fairly decent position, even though they did have some issues during testing because of the fact that they've got two extremely experienced drivers. So I wouldn't say they've got the best drivers on the grid in terms of sheer driving ability, but I think they have two extremely experienced drivers, which means that this kind of... I wouldn't say this is going to halt Mercedes in any way, really. To be honest, I think unless Mercedes have somehow completely like underdeveloped the car and just kind of... But it didn't seem like Mercedes to be a sort of arrogant team at all. Like, they've always been rather modest in a way. Well, not... Well, Amazon wasn't, but... But Mercedes, you know, they always saying, look, there's always more to do, there's always, you know... Oh, look, we're catching up. So unless they've somehow made some dire mistakes or let their arrogance get to them, which I don't see how that would be, you know. Maybe. We take the corner, cut the chicane, accelerate, we block again. We just look at a couple of switches and we just brake for the corner. We overdo the corner. We hope the noise coming up. And, well, there kind of is, but there isn't. We're in a firm 9th. Possible 8th. Get a couple of cones. That's efficient. That's more efficient if you get the cones. And look at that. Look at that lap time. I guess I quickly go through all the teams, what I thought of them during testing. Oh, shit. God, I don't know. I think he's lapped. I guess. Shit. Fuck. Jesus, right. Okay, so... Yeah, let's go for the teams. So obviously, they start with Mercedes. I already talked about a bit of Mercedes. I really don't... I think they'll come back fighting. I think they'll be fine by testing. I think they'll have... I should probably not do that. I don't think they'll have any issues, really. I think it'll be fine. Just cut the chicane. If all is lost, just cut the chicane. It's slower, but cut it anyway. That's efficient, right? That's the correct way to do the corner, right? Terrible lap. That's what the issue is. So that's why you do that corner, isn't it? Oh, you bastards. Bloody thing. So yeah, I think Mercedes will be still top of the pegging. I don't think there's any way that they're not going to be top of the field. Red Bull, I mean, I think Red Bull may be in with a shout of at least some wins here. I think, I don't know, I just feel that Red Bull are going to be closer this year. I think they're going to have put a lot of development into what is effectively Honda's 2022 engine. And I think Red Bull will be in with a shout. I don't know if they'll be in with a shout at the championship. I mean, if Lewis is on form, then no, there won't be. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I think, you know, then they've got no chance. But hopefully Bottas can kind of put a bit more of a fight than he usually does. Just gotta. There we go. I'm sorry, Bottas is kind of. I mean, he's not a terrible driver, and he's proved that he is a good driver. But I don't know. I think there may be some sort of internal politics that. I don't know. There must be something internal going on. That's like. That's you know. There's always a conspiracy theory surrounding this sort of thing. And there is definitely a conspiracy theory surrounding kind of Bottas and Mercedes. Because it's clear, to be honest, that Bottas is, unless he gets a move on and starts winning races, starts competing with Hamilton, beating him, then he's not going to be in with the shout of a championship. I mean, he did extremely well when he was in the Williams back in, what was it, 2017? Oh, shit. Ooh, that was really bad, actually. I think he's lapped, I think, so I think he'll be alright, but... Like, I think he'll be in the shout of the championship if he can get on with it and just beat Hamilton for once, but... I mean, I don't think he's as good of a driver as Hamilton. I mean, Hamilton is a good driver. I don't think he's as good as... To be honest, I don't think he's as good as Bottas in traffic. Well, to be fair, Bottas, the car isn't good in traffic because Mercedes have designed the car to basically be in first all the time. Which is why I think Bottas struggles, because they've effectively, the car is made for Lewis Hamilton. It is designed around Lewis Hamilton's driving style. Everything is, effectively made, everything, he's always complaining about things, small things, and they will, basically, they're changing everything to make sure that Hamilton is comfortable as possible, effectively. That everything matches the way he drives. And I feel like it's a sort of, Red Bull Verstappen thing, where the car is effectively made for Hamilton. The car is meant to lead, and meant to be led by Hamilton. And Bottas, because the car struggles in dirty air, if he gets caught up behind, then he could, because he's always, unless he starts ahead and he maintains the lead for the first, second lap, then he's not good. I'm just gonna try and use you to right myself, but I might. I don't think you can. Unless, Bottas is effectively ahead all the time. That car is suffering constantly. It's always had overheating issues. And he just cut the corner as well. Pretty funny. Behind traffic, and Bottas is effectively behind traffic. Traffic of 1, but that still affects him, so he's not able to, you know, do anything. Obviously, you can't blame it all on the car. But obviously that will be a factor, because obviously the car is made effectively for Lewis Hamilton, just like the Red Bull car is made for Verstappen and his driving style. And I think that it's Perez, isn't it? Sergio Perez. Is it Perez? Yes, Perez. I think Sergio Perez, I think as long as he can adapt to it, as long as he can work out, yeah, okay, this is the car, I'm driving it, I can kind of, as long as he can get his head around the car and drive it well, and he doesn't, get caught under pressure, by, Verstappen. I don't think he will. I think, Perez has raced against... Perez has raced against Jensen Button, he's raced against all sorts of people. Some very talented, strong drivers, and I don't think he'll... I think he'll take this chance, because obviously, this is effectively this is something that doesn't happen often. You're kicked out of a, fairly decent, top of the mid-range team, and shoved into a team that is potentially viable for the championship. And he needs to really, especially in Red Bull at that, he is extremely lucky. Oh, for fuck's sake, you just go around the fucking corner, mate, without spinning out. Yeah, he's extremely lucky. And he needs to take that chance, and I think he will. I think Perez is, an excellent driver. I like him. I'm a bit biased, but I like Perez. Perez is the one who was alongside Jensen Button in McLaren back in, 2013, wasn't he? It was, wasn't he? I think it was Perez. I think. I can't remember. Might have been. Oh shit. Last lap. I'm doing shit like that. Yeah, I think Red Bull are in the chance of the championship if they can get that button gear. And as long as Perez is there, and Verstappen can qualify decently and get ahead of the Mercedes, yeah, then we'll have a sort of Abu Dhabi-like situation where effectively the Mercedes have no pit strategy. They can't overcut, they can't undercut against the Red Bulls. And that was the issue with Albon, where I think Albon's a decent driver. I just think he kind of buckled under the pressure of being alongside Verstappen. And you can see it was Gasly when he moved back to effectively AlphaTauri, he thrived there because there was less pressure on him to go fast, and he got a win, because of it. I think Red Bull genuinely believed in Albon. Red Bull are very good at wasting drivers. I think Albon will go on to do good things, just like John McVern and that did, but, hey. Anyway, 10th.
Victory in the end then for Menu, who drove a superb race.
Well done, Menu.
So let's see the final result.
I got 10th. That's not too bad. I don't know who any of these drivers are apart from... Can I go back? No. Apart from Plato.
Audi have just announced the dismissal of their new driver.
That was quick.
It was on the cards and he simply failed to respond.
All of that, and it's like, nah, fuck you. Well, fuck you, game. I'm not John. Who's John? Assume someone at Codemasters. I've got a massive tangle of wires here, but no, yeah, just taking long, wittering chats about everyone. Like drivers and stuff. Verstappen, Perez, I think. Yeah, I'll give it another go right there. Doesn't seem to load, is there? No save game. But it has created a new memory card thing, as you can see. But no, oh, sorry. I think, yeah, as long as Perez can get up there with Verstappen, then they'll be in the chance for the championship. We'll have another Abu Dhabi-like situation where Hamilton can't do anything, Bottas can't do anything, they're just stuck. Anyway, I'll be back quickly, so, let me just... I'll be back quickly and we'll, give it another go, I guess. Sorry for being so boring. I'm back. I'm not sure what's going on, so I guess you can see now. Demo mode. I have a mass of tangles. I don't know how I untangled that, but yeah. Let's give that another go, shall we? Do full championship. But, yeah. I don't know. Shall we go for Audi A4? The Vauxhall is slightly faster. And it's four-wheel drive. Forward. Full. Front-wheel drive. I think all front-wheel drive. Let's go. Because obviously this has the least power. I mean, I'm gonna go for the Vauxhall maybe. Ford. Split between the Ford and the Vauxhall. Obviously, the big boy is the Renault. That's like the championship winner. But I'm gonna go for the Vauxhall. Why not? Give this another go. 45 miles, 18 laps. Ignore the lap record, that's just like a default thing.
This is the 1997 Touring Car Championship. Vauxhall have kept their latest signing under wraps until the last minute. So our first visit is to Donington Park for the opening 2 rounds of the championship. The morning's first qualifying session has just started, so let's see who is...
Turn off the vibration. Right. Let's go. Well, this thing's a lot more stiff. I think I prefer the Vauxhall actually. It's a little bit heavier, but it probably not going to spin as much. Probably because it's not four-wheel drive. Obviously, it's not going to have as good traction in the off-road, but might be better. Ooh. Might be a bit more responsive at the corners. But anyway. Oh yeah, this is much better than that. Just focus on qualifying. Oh shit, okay. Give a mad view. Yeah, no mad view. Oh, I like the. I don't mind the closer view. That's just too far away for me. Just too much. I guess it's assumed that you can't do a lap slower than 99. Maybe I should put that to the test. How slow can you do Fruxton? This is Donington, isn't it? Not Fruxton. Probably slower somehow. Ignore the fact it went off there. Mobile. I think that's a mobile one. assume that's the fuel they used at the time. Fuck off, Honda. Didn't mean to. I was trying to drive around him. Drive around him. I didn't quite end up doing that. We'll pretend we didn't cut the corner there. We do have a third lap to try and maybe get better lap timing, but yeah. I was slower than that one, Jesus. I can do the F1 talk in a minute, I just want to try and get the lap pen without killing myself. Could have taken it a bit quicker, but it might. Not bad. Could be worse. Let's try and get out the corner a bit better though. It's better. Okay, 142. What does that put us?
Well, it was a very tight session, but Menu finally comes away with the pole.
11th. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's time now for our first race of the day.
Okay,
So
where that?
let's join the action.
I'm gonna find out what fucking. I'm gonna get the instruction manual and find out what 20 points is right there. I don't think you can hear me, but I'm gonna shout to you. For over here, right? Okay. So what we got? Yeah, the Super Tourer, Negacon, Mad Catch Wheel, Jesus. How does the fucking point system work? Right. First is 15 points. Okay, so I need 20 points at this venue. So I think because I finished. So I need to finish at least 6th. Like sort of those dangerous driving rules. So there's a table. So you need 20 points. Donington, Silverstone 40, Thruxton 60, Brands Hatch Indy 80, Alton Park Fosters 100, Donington Park Short 120, Croft 140, Knockhill 116, Sitterton 180, Thruxton 200, and Brands Hatch Indy 220, and then obviously Silverstone International. It's just Silverstone, not the Grand Prix track International one, have the most points. So the minimum I need to score, I need to come in this race would need to be 6th. And then I'd have to win the next race. So ideally, I want to be probably 2nd or 3rd in order to... Because this is just like a... this is like the sprint race, I'm pretty sure. So I need to come... Ideally, I want to be up to like 2nd place. Ideally, so that I can come... But even then, I still need to come 4th. So ideally 3rd, first. But yeah, this is tough. This is not a light game as well. You will come first, or we'll fire you. This box are pretty strict on firing habits. Alright, there we go. To back to full screen now and sort out what we're doing. Point to the right one. Oh, I don't know what the pause button is. It that one? Let's have a look. Can I see what the buttons are? Hotkey, pause, toggle pause, keyboard pause. I don't have that, so I'm just gonna Control P. That makes more sense to me. Oh, we're going. Got a punt up the back. I was like, you're going, mate. I'm going whether I like it or not, I think. Okay. Just try not to get involved in carnage. And just swoosh around the outside. That works. Oh, fuck off, mate. Oh, no penalty. That's good. A little bit of a love tap just to say hello. Hello there. Okay, so we're secure. I mean, we're not secure, but we're secure. Oh! Cock. We can catch up, we can catch up. So we're 18 laps left. Okay. Sorry about the fiddling with the mic. Make sure I'm still up. Just cut across it. Suck at that corner. It's not our worst corner. Okay, we're not muted. I'm quite quiet though. Right, okay. Well, to be fair, that's just our talk, isn't it? Right, we're in 8th. That's not good, but we can catch up. Yeah. Trying to actually focus. Well, there's not really much more notable stuff to talk about in testing. Vettel doing piss all. I believe that does seem to be his approach. Just kind of whatever. Is that a horse or is that a giant goat? Fuck. That's a plane. Right. Okay. Okay. Is that a horse or a goat? No, it's a plane. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh god, now I'm distracted. I'm like, oh my god, is that a plane or is that a horse? What is that? I need to know. Let's see if we can catch up and actually get someone that isn't 9th. Otherwise we're going to have to do this again forever. I mean, the best lap is 2:07, so there you go. I know, I always do terrible at the start of the lap. Start the race. I always overshoot that corner. Sound options. Turn the music off. I might do that for some of the later races because the music's getting a bit annoying. Try and catch up again. I always do this. Oh, it's time for qualifying times. Let's go. Here. What am I doing? Racing line running. Come on. Right. So. Cut that corner ever so slightly. So. Can we catch up? That is the question. The Honda is there. There it is. I can see it. It's in our eyesights. In our eyesights? Yeah, in our eyesight. So. But yeah, slow down so much for that corner, I just can't get it. I need to get a better line for that corner, because otherwise I'm never going to catch up properly. Never going to be able to catch up. But I need to enunciate my fucking words, man. Otherwise I just sound like a fucking drunk person talking all the time. Well, that's pretty much, oh, pretty much what half the people around here are, so, you know. We are catching up a bit. Actually, doing some decent-ish lap times anyway. Not great, but they'll do. Thank you, Fo. Very nice. Bomb gear. I like a big, good bit of bomb gear. It's pretty good. Yeah, there's nothing else we know to talk about testing. I guess we could talk about the calendar a bit, but I think I've done that already. Shit. Oh, yeah. Get on the fucking road! Yeah, we can just honk people out of the way. It's pretty good. I'm not sure if the horn actually has any function apart from just annoyance. Just driving around the corner like a lunatic. I look, I fucking made it around the fucking chicane. That chicane was like the fucking... That was the end of me, that chicane, by the way. As a kid, I could not do that chicane. You got to bear in mind, though, I'm playing on a fucking terrible... Either a terrible or like a CRT or some terrible flat screen via fucking RF. God knows why. You know. Yeah, I mean, you got to bear in mind, this game is actually running at double resolution right now. So yeah, we're actually... The game's frame rate is herky-jerky at best. In this game, you can see it's running at 100%. Yeah, that's 100% as in a real PlayStation, this game can go down to like, during hectic scenes, you probably saw it, can go down to like 18, 17 FPS. Bearing in mind, of course, we are running with a maximum of 25. Most PlayStation games ran at either 25 or 30. Most of them, well, 25 in PAL territories, 30 in NTSC territories. Most of them didn't run at 60 or 50. Although, of course, they could. Most just couldn't perform good enough to do that. So most games just ran at 25 or 30 FPS. By the way, the games don't actually run slower. They just have a lower frame rate. That's it. You get like 5 less frames. And the reason I'm using the European version of the game instead of like the American version is because the American version has different branding and stuff attached to it. Obviously, in America, the British Touring Car Championship is not really a thing. Although I think, I think Americans would actually love it because it's hectic. It's very kind of. I think Americans would love British Touring Car. It's got very much of that sort of grass, especially nowadays. It's got kind of very much a grass vibe, kind of like NASCAR does, where it's all meant to be like independent teams and things like that. There's a lot of independent teams, so I think Americans would actually absolutely love British Touring Car Championship. I think it is shown over there. I think they do get ITV's coverage, I think. And to be fair, the coverage over here of it is amazing. For ITV provide the coverage, and they are a free television network. They are you can get that, you can pick it up for free. It's over 4, but you can pick that up just on digital and free. So for what they offer, it's incredibly good. Pretty much all day coverage of all of the day's motorsport, all of the day's motorsports, and of course they also broadcast Motorsport UK, which focuses on basically the junior stuff like Formula 4, and things like that. So it's really good. Like, ITV4's coverage has always been very good for British Touring Car. Complete live coverage, apart from qualifying, but qualifying isn't really meant to be. It's meant to be just something that's purposeful. It's not really like Formula 1, where qualifying is meant to be this kind of big television event, like what it is now. Like, no one really cares about watching qualifying. Like, it's interesting, it's just like a quick highlight reel of just, hey, look, there's what happened in qualifying. But for the most part, it's just drivers set the times. Here's where the drivers are starting. Donington Museum. It's quite interesting. I assume that's still there. Okay, we're in 5th place, which is actually pretty good. That's solid. If we can stay there, then we're good. I'd love to be in 4th right now. In fact, I'd love to be in 1st, but I don't think that's going to happen. Well, 4th might happen. It'll tell us where 3rd place is. Some point. I think around at the next split. Call it split, checkpoint, sector line. Yes, 4 seconds ahead. Okay, we can definitely catch up. We can get some good laps in there. You mean laps like that aren't that? But yeah, no. Hello? Okay. At least the game doesn't warble like Harry Potter did. Ooh, that was a bad corner. No. Don't lose it. Feather it. Out of the corner. Okay, 5th. We're right behind 5th. That's fine. Overtaking, but shoot back off after 4th again. The higher we are, the better we are going to be for the main race. Yep, he's pushing me around the corner. Bastard. Just because I overtook you in the corner. I've got no idea how much damage I have. Probably way too much. I quite like that line to the corner. That sort of wide open line. Because it allows you to take advantage of that curb there. Terrible lap, but never mind. 5 seconds behind again. Deja vu line. I quite like that inside line, so you can open it back out quite a lot. And you can really shove it across that curb there. It's pretty good. Obviously, you got kind of brake here, but. Whew. Right. So that's not third. Somewhere there's third! Fuck. Back to fifth. Fuck's sake. But yeah, no. I don't know if we brake that hard. It's a fairly medium speed corner. Oh, that was good. That's probably the best I've ever done that corner. Beautiful, that was. Well, not beautiful, but you know what I mean. It was better. Good for me. Yeah, I'm really getting a hang of kind of trying to accelerate out the corners rather than just kind of striding across around them. We've got a good gaggle of cars here. Nice, nice, nice. Not be a great lap, but it will be an okay lap, at least. The Renault is 2 seconds ahead. It's known as right there, my vision. Just trying to go around the outside of these guys here. Get a good line into this corner. Bit of a bash out of the way. Fierce though. So I get on the inside here. Jesus, vicious fucker. That's another one. That's like the proper Renaults. Right, up into third now, right. So, let's keep going. Blast off to first, hopefully, maybe. Possibly. We're halfway through the race, so we might be able to do it. As long as we keep some good, consistent lap times, then we should be alright. Jesus, they almost took each other out. Fucking no. Trying to do that, guys. At least I wasn't in the middle of it. Let's do a bit of outbraking. Yep, he outbraked himself. And we're back down to fourth again. Fourth is okay, but I'd really like to be in third, so I don't. Like that. That works. Oh, bit of a click at the back. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Yeah. Oh shit, there's fourth. I suppose I get what I deserve though. Please no fifth, please no Punterino. Right. Yeetus. Oh my god. Think of this fucking Yeetus, my Yeetus. Jesus. Why did that come to my head all of a sudden? I think it's because I heard Punterino. And I guess I stole it. And yeah, I think I'm associating clips with other clips now. Just like, oh dear. That would be an interesting way to watch the race. I like you can just see that the world just kind of ends at the side there. Well, you just kind of fall off into the ether. Ooh, that was not a good way to take that corner. Could have been worse though. Could have been worse. I keep angling my head. I mean, I find it weird that the mic kind of follows me around, but of course it's attached to my fucking head. There we go. I'm not. Yeah, no, analog is just too much. I prefer just digital. I might be able to go faster if I actually. I forgot there's a corner there. I assume that's like extra grid space for like motorbikes or something. Which I assume some sports use. I don't know, are there motorbike races around here? This track actually seems very much like this track reminds me of Mario Circuit from the DS. It feels very much like that. Maybe that's where they got inspiration from. Because I think most of this, like most of the more modern kind of circuit tracks are based on actual circuits, I think. I mean, it seems likely they are. They are. Oh, you bastard! Oh, it takes forever to turn around. And I'm back down to 6th. But no, it does seem like... well, they didn't last long, did it? But no, this track reminds me a lot of Mario Circuit on the DS, or at least Mario Circuit DS reminds me a lot of this track. Mainly because those last two kind of slalomy sections. Ooh, got a bad, like, kink out of that one. I don't know what happened there. This is going to be a terrible lap. That's a hairpin. That's a 180-degree turn, mate. Come on, do it. Yeah, it's getting a bit sloppy now. Come on. That's a 207. That was ridiculous. That was. Come on. Okay, maybe I was thinking maybe I could take that corner flat out. I cannot. I need to stop getting better at recovering from a spin, doing it a lot. So. Tickling my back, innit? Give me a bit of a push. Saying hello. Should I just brake hard now? While he's doing that, just to like, throw him off. Brake test him. Because I am that much of an arsehole. I'll do a Hamilton on Vettel. I'll brake test him and then he'll come alongside me and give me a punt. Which I don't think he should have been penalised for. I think that's, I think that's fair enough. I think he should be both penalised. Because what Hamilton did was dangerous. I don't remember if he was or not. I like Hamilton pushes his luck and just does stupid things. And he's like, oh my god, the stewards are against me, oh my god. And it's like the stewards are like, fuck off. No, we're not. You're just breaking the rules. Like Like, he feels like he just break the rules. And it's like, no, no, mate. People are gonna put up a fuss if you do. So, and that the FIA will. He was close to a race ban, wasn't he? Because of how much shit he was doing. I mean, to be fair, one of them was rather unfortunate. You know, the whole red, you know, the red lights on the pit lane. The pit lane was closed, though. You know, the team should have told him that. And, you know, the team either should have told him that, or he should have known that, you know, he should know these things. He's an experienced driver at this point, you know. He should know that, you know, there are pit lane lights and they sometimes turn red. You should know that. It's a mistake, obviously, but, you know, he made a mistake and he's got to be penalised for it. Why am I talking about something that's like a 2-year-old controversy? Actually, I think it was last year, wasn't it? It was literally like a few months ago, but it feels like it was years ago. I don't know, last year was mad. To be fair, I think 2020 was actually a pretty decent season. I'm so glad we're going back to Portimao. Like, I'm so glad, because that was such a good track when we went there before. Like, genuinely, it was awesome just to go there. And just kind of experience the track, because it's an awesome track, and I'm glad we're going back there. It is Portimao, isn't it, that we're going back to? Yeah. To be fair, Algarve was pretty good as well. Portimao and Algarve. We're going to Imola, though, because obviously Imola is the classic. I think we made a couple of tweaks to Imola. I think it would be still a very good racing track. I think it could produce very good racing. I think it'll be interesting to see how Imola performs again this year for the, I can't believe it's not the San Marino Grand Prix, but yeah, obviously that'll be an interesting thing to see. How does Imola hold up for a second year? Because if I recall, the Imola Grand Prix, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix was, I think it was alright. It was a bit boring, but that's kind of what we expected. It's not a massive, it's, oh, for fuck's sake. We'll do it this way. Luckily I managed to kind of speed away from most people in the pack, but I think, yeah, it's a good track, but I think Formula 1 cars just aren't suited to it anymore. So either they need to suit the track to the car, or they need to suit the cars to the tracks. They need to... Personally, I think they should make the cars smaller. I think that the cars need to be shorter. But I think they need to be narrower, like they were, back to 1.8 meters long instead of 2 meters long. Maybe even very, very slightly shorter. Just so that, you know, make the cars smaller so they can actually barely fit on the courses. So they can fit on the tracks. I mean, we're going to get to the point where F1 cars can't even fit at Monaco, and Monaco already is a bit of a... It's a bit of a, you know... I like Monaco as a track, but it's not suited to F1 cars anymore. I mean, it hasn't been for many years. And it always has been a bit of a... You know, whoever can qualify at front, unless there is some drama, I mean, you can have an exciting race. If there's rain or some incidents and things. But I think you can have an exciting Monaco, but I feel like Baku in a way is like a more extreme Monaco. Like Baku is in a way a more extreme and yet kind of better Monaco. Like it's tight, it's twisty, it's difficult, and yet there, you know, you can still get a little bit of passing in. But unlike Monaco, it's not just a straight up kind of... Well, it's, I mean, Monaco is a bit of, I don't know how to describe it really, but it's basically, it's just kind of like, it's less of a race and more of a sort of event. You know? Crap. Okay. You know what I mean? Ah, that could be a better lap if I get that. If I got that corner right, it could be alright. Like, it's, you know, where all the celebrities go and, you know, they have champagne and all that sort of stuff. It's more of like a sort of event for the luxury and rich, and I know some people, regular people go and stuff. But are we first? Is that it? Oh, it's not. That's not it, boys. I thought, oh my god, is that it, boys? Oh, first. It's like, no, 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 we aren't. I guess we'll find out what first is. Turns out it's like a minute and a half ahead. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think we're going to have to make that up in 2 laps. I can definitely try, but I don't want to... Yeah, I just lost second and third. Right, okay, I think we'll be able to make up second. I think the top place we're going to be able to come is second, though. I doubt we'll be able to come first at this point. Unless something mad happens. And we can push, you know, put something out of the bag for these last kind of couple of laps here. We'll give it a go, but I doubt it'll happen. Because I'm not even in first, so... I'm getting a bit better at that corner. I think I'm braking a bit too much. I think I'm being a bit overcautious now, but... It's just going to take practice, I think, at this point, this corner. Ooh, that was a good clip. That was a bit of a tap. I don't even know what I was talking about, to be honest. Just run him out wide a bit. I'm excited about what track it's at. Where is it? The Dutch Grand Prix? Oh my god, I really hope there's fans. I think there will be. Judging by when it is, I think there will be fans at the Dutch Grand Prix. Zandvoort, yeah. That's where it is. I assume there will be fans, or at least some fans, because my god, is there going to be orange everywhere. Like, all you'll be able to see is orange. You're going to get sick of the colour orange, if you're not sick of it already. Like, it's going to be mad. Like, yeah, it's a minute ahead. I don't think I have to make that up. But yeah, like, my god. Like, it... I just thought the word clockwork orange. I don't think it really makes sense. It just got the word orange in it. But yeah, no. Yeah, it's going to be mad. And the course looks really good. I know you can drive it in F1 2020. I don't have F1 2020. I've only got F1 2018, but no, that's not him. It's just some other car, but I think yeah. I really hope these sound effects aren't too loud. It might be. I don't think they should be. I only turned up a little tiny bit, so... Anyway, final lap. I don't know what that car is. I don't think it's the one we're chasing, because it's 48 seconds ahead, so... I think this is just some random... No, it's not even a Renault, I don't think. I think it's a Nissan? I had this, I'm not sure. Either way, I think it's lapped. Somehow. I'm going to lap it anyway. Well, it's been lapped. For the lead car anyway. You bastard, you're lapped. Fuck off. More lapped cars. Great. Oh, don't fuck it up now. Don't fuck it up now. That's lapped. That's fine. He's lapped. I think we're good apart from that. I think everyone else is quite far behind, so... You know what? I will take second. I will take it gladly. Too hot, too hot. Skip the corner. Oh, yeah. What am I doing? Look at that. Okay, no, it's not too loud. If anything, it's a little quiet. Yeah, that lap was terrible, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take second place. We'll even go for the dirt for it.
A comfortable victory in the end then for Menu, who drove a superb race.
He did.
Now the race positions.
Menu, I think, is, he's French? He's, I don't know. Oh, spin. Why would you spin, though? Yeah, 55 seconds behind. But, yeah. Jesus. 4 minutes behind, Jesus.
Will this second qualifying session...
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully... I'm gonna go ahead and take a save state here. Okay, it's got save state. I'm gonna head power off. So we have a title card, because of course we do. I'm not gonna go ahead with the second race yet, because the second race is even longer, I think. I think it is anyway. I'm not sure. That one you might have to pit, and I'm really scared of pitting, because I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up so badly. But, never mind. Anyway. Here's the title card, so TOCA Touring Car Championship. If you want to get this game in America, I think it's just called... I don't know what it's called in America, I can't remember. I can look it up very quickly for you. It's called TOCA Championship Race. It's called TOCA Championship Racing over in America. Because obviously, touring car isn't really a thing over there. Especially back then it wasn't. Like I said, yeah, if you live in America, if you can somehow watch the British Touring Car Championship, it is awesome. I'd highly recommend watching it. But yeah, no, obviously, yeah. America, it's just not as big as a thing, obviously. But I can have a quick look, actually. BTCC, watch BTCC in US. Obviously, in Britain, it's just on ITV4, so if you have a VPN, you could probably just switch it to UK. Yeah, so there is highlights on CBS SN, but obviously you can just watch it for free. So if you tune in, if you've got a VPN, if you set it to UK, you probably would be able to just watch ITV. You go to itv.com, you can watch it on ITV4 when it's on. But yes, no, BTCC, I think they also might have a live... They got live streaming as well, yeah. Literally the live streaming button is right there. You just click it and you can watch it live in the UK. But no, BTCC don't. Let's have a look. So they have like an hour highlights thing, but they do have qualifying live, interestingly, but yeah, no. BCCC is awesome. Like, if you're in America, you should definitely watch it. And if you're an American, you're interested in motorsport. Like if you watch like NASCAR, IndyCar and stuff, you should definitely watch it. It's not like F1 at all. It's very much like, more like kind of like BMW. There we go. BMW, Ford, I think, Toyota. But in terms of, actual vehicles and stuff, there's quite a lot of them. Oh, this is a Scare Electrics giveaway. Yes. I don't even have fucking a Scare Electrics, but I will take them. I don't even have. Yeah, I don't. Even, who cares if you've got Scare Electrics or not? You definitely want them. Look at them. Oh yeah. I'll take them. Well, it's a giveaway, obviously. He has to win, but that's cool. This is BCCC, and just like, yeah, we're giving away this sort of stuff. But yeah, no. I'm not sure exactly what they are. I think some of them are Fords. A couple of Fords in there. What looks to be... I'm not sure exactly what they are, but yeah. There's a Hoy. That's Hoy. I know who Hoy is. He drove... I can't remember what he drove, but I know who Hoy is. He was kind of like fairly top in the championship, but yeah. No, the BTCC, they're making a lot of grounds. They're doing very well now. But in terms of... I don't know what the live button is. There we go. News, calendar, live. It's on TV. Anyway. BTCC, Mario... Oh yeah, of course, Mario Walker. They've got a whole tribute to him on Mario as well, because obviously he did coverage as well. I assume you can hit clicks, can't you? If I lean a bit, you can't hear him too well. Let's have a look. So you just share it before 9th of April. You could win a... Oh, they're autographed as well. I think. Oh no, it's autograph series. Never mind. They've got quite a few, haven't they? That's pretty cool. I don't have Facebook, so I can't join, but if you've got Facebook, you can do that, I guess. But on BBC, so obviously they've got unrivaled and unprecedented television coverage. There's long-standing partnership with the ITV. So ITV will continue to screen the BBC BTCC live free to air until at least 2022. Which they'll probably resign as well, because I mean the ITV have been doing an amazing job with the coverage for a very long time now. I mean it's completely live. It's fully, the largest contract in BBC BTCC history, and was the longest sports broadcast contract with which ITV4 has ever been entered. Obviously, ITV4 has only existed since like 2002. And they also have highlights, which are also aired. I think they also have a program called Motorsport UK. They have a program which is like, yeah, I talked about it earlier, but yeah. So yes, CBS Sports Network screens highlights in North America. There's Speed, ESPN, Fox, all sorts of, but you have to kind of check locally. But yeah, no. It's also on the Motor Trend channel in America as well, by the looks of it. Yeah, Motorsport UK. It's a program that's been running for quite a long time. Pretty sure it is anyway. But yeah, about 50 days left until the first event, Froxton. Bit of a weird calendar this year, but yeah. That's a look. Yeah, round 25 of the British F4 Championship and Mini Challenge UK. They usually broadcast it quite early in the morning for some reason, but yeah. I'm not sure if that's live stuff, but yeah. Please. But yeah, so I think I'll end this live stream here. I've yabbered on enough. This was going to be a short live stream, and it's gone on for fucking 2 hours. So yes, thank you for watching. If you do watch the VOD, or if anyone did manage to catch it live. And I'll probably see you for another bit